Hey GRAR members, did you know that you have the ability to actively shape the direction of our association? By participating in director elections, you have the ability to learn about and choose the leaders who will have an impact on the policies, the direction, the budget, and all the activities that GRAR provides. We hope you participate in this year's director elections.
So what does the board do? As a board, we are constantly overseeing all of the different facets that happen within GRAR. We are overseeing things like our annual budget, issues in membership, working with other associations in our neighboring areas. We're also making sure that we are always providing the best opportunities, education, professionalism for all of our GRAR members.
The board monitors the budget and plans for the future. They establish committees and make sure that a liaison is present at every meeting to make sure that we stay on task.
Things like MLS decisions, forms. We discuss things going through grievance and anything that's upcoming from a business perspective for GRAR.
The board of directors are really considered visionaries. We look at the big picture for the association. We're planners. We do a lot of strategic planning. We spend about 2 days every year at a planning retreat, talking about what our goals are, what we're going to do for the next year, what's important to the industry, what's important to our members.
We keep a close eye on the plan throughout the year to make sure that our long-term vision for the association stays on track, and we're checking off all of the initiatives that we set aside for ourselves.
I also really think the important part of the association and the board is to give communication, and I think that we've really leaned into that here this year, but communicating with the association membership in the ways that they want to be communicated with.
When voting what makes a good director, I would look for somebody that is looking out for the best interest of our industry, our fellow agents, has a thorough knowledge of some of the issues at hand, and also someone that is focused on staying involved at the association level.
They're running for the right reason. They're running because they want to make an impact on the day-to-day actions and activities that GRAR has to offer. It's not just something to put on their resume. It's they care about their fellow person. So what matters to me is you can really tell when people are engaged and they show up and they show up prepared.
I think when I always vote, it's somebody that I've done a transaction with. I feel like that they're active in the business. I also think it's somebody that I thought was pleasant to work with during that transaction. It wasn't an issue to have communications and make hard conversations with them, because in the association, in the boardroom, there's a lot of hard conversations that are had and they're not comfortable. And I think you need some people in there that are able to have those hard conversations. So that's when I'm voting for somebody, I think it's that person.
If you don't know any of the candidates on the ballot, I would take a look at their resume, maybe ask for a phone call or take them out to coffee and learn to get to know them and see if they truly are going to be the best representation for you.
I suggest you take some time to read their resume carefully. All of the voting links have a link to their resume, so you can review those. In addition, I think it would be really good to seek out other members that you're friends with, that you know, that you trust, and get advice on who you should vote for through them.
Voting is important to me. It kind of goes back to the old adage, if you don't vote, you can't complain. So I don't like to hear from people with complaints if they have not had their input on who they voted for. So that's my number one reason.
You are essentially voting someone to represent you. It's important that you have your voice heard and pick the candidate that is going to best represent you and your choices.
Sometimes there's a lot of people that are voting and it doesn't mean my vote doesn't count or something like that. But one of the problems we have is the low turnout for voting. So one person counts as like 10 people. So you really make an impact if you actually vote.
it's just like any voting, especially we're down at a local level here to where our current association and our board of directors on this association really have a lot of influence in our daily lives. Like when you think about voting, whether it's nationally or statewide, you don't see the tight impact on your life on a daily basis, whereas we're working real estate daily. It's super important to vote. Get your voice out there. If you don't like somebody, don't vote for them. That's okay, but just vote. Like, find out who you do like and vote for that person, because that's a huge influence on your daily life.
GRAR members, your vote matters. You'll be receiving a link through a text message, email, or our newsletter. Please be sure to respond and cast your vote for this year's GRAR Board of Directors.